Let's make a start. Hello everyone, welcome to SIG Autoscaling weekly meeting for Monday, 14th of April 2025. We've got a few items already on the agenda. If there's anything else that people are wanting to add, feel free to add it in. Justina, do you want to take us away?
Your microphone. I don't know if it's just me, but your mic seems broken. There's just like loud noise. The noise stopped. And now it's back. Yeah. Maybe we can move this to the back of the agenda, I think.
Yeah. Do you want to take your point?
Yeah, the next one's mine. So I'm just coming back to. Is my mic okay, by the way? I know I've had trouble.
Yeah, you don't sound like white noise.
Perfect. So I'm coming back to writing the cap that I mentioned a couple of meetings back about like properly exposing the node group template node info somehow in the API. So if anybody's interested in that or wants to discuss something or make their input heard, just let me know. I'll be starting to write it soon. There's of course still the review to be had and all of that. Just if you have any early feedback to what I posted in the issue, please let me know. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks. Ray?
Yeah, quick PSA on my side. It's that time again. Looking to cut the next VPA release this week. There's a few PRs still hanging around in the milestone. I see Luis added another one, so I'll take a look at those. But ideally, we try to cut this week so we can get a build out soon. So please ping me or add something to the milestone if you'd like to see something land there.
Awesome, thanks. Cool. Christina.
Do you want me to take over, Justina? Because we have we have synced Justina before, so I know this point as well. So Justina is working on a cap as well about some sort of API that would replace buffer pods or would complement buffer pods, make the experience better, help achieve the same results. So so that a user can have a reservation spare capacity in the cluster to make autoscaling scenarios faster. And there are two modes discussed there in the cap. So both what we have with balloon deployments today and balloon naked pods. So either a replacing buffer or a one-time buffer. There's a lot of sort of considerations. This would be a sort of a low-level API replacing buffer pods today in the initial version, and then there are different paths described of how we can leverage higher level, how other higher level features could leverage the buffers API internally. So Isna has written like an early version of the cap. So again, sort of similar to my scenario, just further along before we submit it to the actual cap review process. If you have any feedback, contact Justina. And yeah, I think that was supposed to be that point, right? Okay.
Daniel.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more. So last time I was doing cluster to scale release, I noticed that was the last row in our schedule for releases. So we don't have any anymore. I think we should fix that and probably would be good to involve more people who are not Googlers as well, because so far, Guy, you're the only one. So I know like the best place to go, the best way to go about it, but like I can start with just regenerating the schedule with the people I know can do that release. But if there's anyone else interested, I think would be good to have more people able to help there. And apart from the schedule itself, I think there's the process is embarrassingly manual right now. So it would be good to work on automating it a bit as well. If there are any people interested in that, please reach out. Ray?
Yeah, so I've started automating builds. I only have add-on resizer done because I wanted to use that as like an experiment. And I'm moving it to VPA. So it's basically going to build the binaries every time a PR is submitted. And it seems to be working well. And then that way we have like a mint, like non-locally built binary. So I can also move that into Cluster Autoscaler as well, just with the same template. If that sounds interesting there.
That would be a great help, yeah.
Okay. Let me take a look and see if I can get VPA and CA done there.
Thank you.
Yeah, sounds good. Let me. I have instructions somewhere. Let me send them to you.
Yeah, I think automating definitely would make it a bit easier to onboard some more people because, yeah, as you say, it's a bit of a pain at the moment. Cool. That was all we had on the agenda. Anything else that anyone wants to raise this week?
One point maybe from me regarding DRA and the CA release. So we have some features planned that I was hoping to get into 133. This is looking increasingly not possible. So the question is whether we would prefer to delay the CA release to get some important DRA related features like the integration with Delta cluster snapshot, or do we think it's okay to backport these features, for example, or like the support? Usually only backport bug fixes, so it is but on the other hand, all of this logic is flag guarded, and it would still be in the sort of preview experimental phase, not intended for production use. All of what we would be merging would be behind some feature flag. So just something to consider. Check.
Yeah, I tend to think because Cluster Autoscaler is not in tree for Kubernetes and requires integration of new features that land, that having a period after the release seems reasonable. It'd be great to have that documented where, we say it could be up to 2 to 3 months after a release, and publish, a compatibility chart kind of thing. But I feel it seems like trying to kind of achieve day and date release with Kubernetes is not actually a great plan based on the fact that you can't really develop and test the new features until Kubernetes is released, which is still not on 133, still not released yet.
If we adhere to all of the Kubernetes like main repo release timelines, processes, and so on, like it's a challenge for KK in itself to hit these timelines, right? But I think this is very fair. Like historically, we haven't been very good about hitting the same date anyway, and this also sounds reasonable to me. I do agree that we should like codify it somehow, though, especially in the light that I've seen someone asking for this specifically, to like when will the next CA version will be released? When can I expect my changes to get in once I submit them? These questions started popping up recently, I think. So we should standardize this. If anybody has any free cycles for that, that would be great because I need to jump on the actual DRA tasks to get them in this release. So if you want to help with that, let me know. And if not, the current plan is to delay the release unless somebody opposes.
Yeah, cool. I'm happy to help start some documentation. Ray, can I ask you on behalf of the BPA project? It would be great if Cluster Autoscaler and BPA are kind of in a similar position here. So we just standardize a single sort of release strategic doc.
That would be fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, it's so very ad hoc on our side as well right now. Just basically whenever people ask. So yeah, we need to do better.
Maybe one more item. What about the meeting next week? I think it's a holiday for a lot of the folks.
I'll be off on annual leave. I don't know what the story is US side.
If there's a significant number of people, I can always hop in and set up the meeting, but I know, let's maybe ask and continue on the SIG channel, like Slack channel.
Sure. Sweet. Cool. In that case, thanks very much, everyone, for attending. See you all in a couple of
Thank
weeks.
you.
Bye.
Thanks.